as a man or as a woman, have you ever just tried to talk to the opposite sex and then out of nowhere there's like some people that's like, hey, you better go get that. Hey, ooh, 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 what's going on? Doo, doo, doo. It's like, dog, I'm just trying to vibe with this girl. Why can't we just vibe? You know what I'm saying? Why does it always got to be a sexual mission? Why does it got to be a mission to pursue each other every time? And I don't understand. But I'll explain my thoughts. Like, for me, here's the thing. There's a lot of ways you can go about this because I was the type of person before that I just simply don't believe a lot of men and women can be friends unless that dude and that woman grew up with each other. And I still stand by that. But the thing about it is, it's like, I don't know. I think my process before a relationship I've been to and the process after the relationship, I figured out there's some truth in each one. So what I mean by that is, like, I feel like since in our core, I feel like not just society, but how I think evolution wise, I think we're just taught to just mate with each other. It's not really a lot of friends. Like, there's friends, but there's, let's be honest, the friends are usually the people that you didn't end up getting to sometimes. Like, I'm talking about relationship wise. Like, for me, I never really had like a girlfriend, like a girl as a friend. It's either I'm mate or you're an acquaintance. That's just how it was. But the older I got, I realized, dude, there's some homegirls that are cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can just vibe and kick it. Like, since we are so conditioned and evolved into this way of thinking, a lot of the times they can pin us against each other. And I just don't feel like that's how it should be. Now, don't get me wrong, we can't ignore, look, let's just be honest. Man and a woman together is just what makes a child, and then from there, the cycle keeps going. And we're made, to reproduce as well, so it's just bound to happen. I feel like we shouldn't ignore that, but we should always treat each other as humans too. We have to evolve past that. Yes, that's what we need to do in terms of, or how I put this, that's what we always been doing, but it's more to it than that, because otherwise it's just men and women are just going to be pure mating buddies, and that's not always what it has to be. You can be friends now, okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now this goes to the next point about women sensing desperation, because there's a lot of dudes that don't even hide what, and I don't feel like you should hide your truth. If you're feeling a girl, you're feeling a girl, but it's to a point you first meet them. And a lot of women, no wonder why a lot of them are so hesitant, if you get what I'm saying, in terms of trying to just chat it up and just figure out where it goes, because a lot of us men, we tend to just be like predators, bro. And I'm not talking about pedophiles, not that, but I'm saying predators in terms of, like, we're always trying to hunt, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just our thing. But at the same time, it's like, it's so hard. I feel like that's why there might be some resistance between men and women, and sometimes there's men that are incels and all this stuff, because there's not a lot of genuine, authentic vibes. It's always some weird stuff going on, and it just makes a clash. And, like, think about it. If, as a man, if you were a woman in a situation and you just trying to just chat it up, but for some reason all the men want to do is smash, it's like you're gonna end up feeling like, damn, like, I'm just trying to vibe and you over here just want my body, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that there's multiple situations where women want to branch out, right? Let's say you're in a relationship with her, then she wants to branch out, but then there's other men that's problem for her, but then she continues to give them attention. That's a whole different thing. This video is not to defend women or men. I'm just giving perspective. I feel like there's a lot of ways we can go about this, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna stick to certain points. I feel like when a woman has a dude best friend or a friend or something like that, that can be seen as a threat to us, especially when we're trying to chat it up with a girl and get to know them, because we know how the other dude is going to operate. They're gonna be on some weird stuff a lot of the time. Like, you already know what they on. So it's like, let's just say you really feeling a dude. Sorry, you really feeling a girl, and you start to think, well, like, basically a lot of these women think men are controlling because of this, but it's just, I think it's just a problem of us trying to be protective and making sure they are alright, That's really all it is. But it can come off as controlling because some men will assume the worst and think that the woman's gonna get stolen from this other guy and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's just a part of a wild. It's like a Serengeti almost. It's like a Serengeti. So it's like I understand it. Now I don't know how it is for a perspective of a woman. I'm sure it's the same way, but I can only speak for myself as a man. But I want to know in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. The thing is, right? Here's what goes down to why society benefits from us going against each other instead of being with each other. Because a lot of the time you hear about women being manipulative and men just wanting sex. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of men that do that and there's a lot of women that do that. But it's to a point where it's starting to become a stereotype. And then that's why a lot of women sometimes be like F men and do this F women. And it's just gotten to a point, it's like, why are we even fighting each other for? Like, when was this ever a thing? You know what I'm saying? But I noticed it a lot more recently because I don't know, like we have disagreements, we both think differently, but that don't mean we gotta conform to society or conform, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to do that. Like it's kind of crazy how much peaceful life will be if you stop looking at everybody like a conquest. Like for me, right, I've been to myself, and when I have friends, 100% of them, except for one, 100% of them are dudes because I relate to a guy more than a woman. But then I try to branch out and start talking, and you realize that there's feminine energy and male energy, and all we want is a connection. And I realize how important both of those things are. You gotta have both. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be an incel, and you can't just be a straight extreme feminist to the point where you just start fighting each other. What, like, because of this misinterpretation of conquest and just confusion in general, when all we want to do is just chit chat. And when my life has become so much easier when actually I'm gonna just be blunt. A lot of us, when we look at the opposite sex, we're just trying to have sex straight like that, right? Or get to that intimate bond. But when you actually look at them as a person first, the amount of peace like the amount of peace that opens up for you is abundant. When you actually start to look at each other as a person, I'm gonna repeat that again. When you start to actually look at each other as a person individually, then life becomes so much peaceful. You don't worry about none of that, because what will come. I understand a lot of people want to be made, want to be in dates and want to be in relationships, stuff like that, but you gotta stop forcing shit. Like it's to a point where you gotta focus on yourself, and whoever comes around will come around. And then it will happen naturally. Then you won't be stressing, sitting there like, oh my god, I'm alone and all this stuff. Dude, first of all, if you're really alone, you gotta put yourself out there, but also make sure to focus on yourself. And then once you do that, your body, your energy radiates that to other people who want to be around you. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with emotional intelligence. When a lot of men can stop looking at women as a certain way and just bro, a lot of these women will feel appreciated, and vice versa. So it should be platonic. Now if you looking for someone that's different, but I'm just saying in general, I feel like this whole video is basically trying to put together that men and women a lot of times are against each other because of just misinterpretations and confusion. You know what I'm saying? And when we do that, we just fight each other for what? And I feel like from there you start to think, well, forget men, forget all this, and then you just start finding alternatives when it's not even because you truly want to be alternative. Now I'm gonna get to this. When I say alternative, I'm talking about same like homo same sex type stuff, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying a lot of these people don't even really like the same sex, but then it's because they've been treated wrong so much, and then there's someone who gets them, then that's what they do. A lot of it is like trauma. And I'm not even saying it to devaluate anybody. If you're generally like if you're generally like, you know what I'm saying, like men like women, or to like the same sex, and that's fine, or trans or anything, that's fine if you generally do. But a lot of times it's like, because I've met some girls, right, and I talked to some girls that I talked to them, and then yeah, they were they were bi, they were this and that. But then when I figured out the reason as to why, a lot of them wasn't really because they were. Now, a lot of them were, but a lot of them weren't. So, I don't know. We're not talking about this. You know what I'm saying? You see, I'm trying to skip over words because I ain't trying to mess around and get canceled. So, nah, I'm playing. But yeah, in closing, I just want to say that, look, as a man, I'm learning this. So, I'm spreading the wisdom onto everyone else. Just look at each other like human beings, man. It's not that hard. I understand we all have hormones and this testosterone and estrogen and all this stuff, and it clouds our mind and judgment, but you have to control that and have that self-control and emotional intelligence to move past that. A woman will appreciate that, and a man will appreciate that with the respect that a woman has, and vice versa. So we just stop trying to fight each other, man. Like, I don't even know why I gotta talk about this. Like, why was this, like, literally this video, I just been trying to chop it up, and it's annoying how to even talk about this, but I was trying to chop it up anyway. But it is hot, bro. It is hot. But I'm done. God bless you too.